Oh God. I do not really know what I'm doing here. I fucked up. I really fucked up. They have told me to stay out of haunted houses. They were not wrong. They were not joking at all. I should calm down. I should explain. This might be my last chance to tell the world what happened before I can't. I am an amateur paranormal investigator. I have a YouTube channel, and I am semi-popular in that circle. I will not link or give you my channel, just in case you decide to repeat this horrible experiment, since the place is named right there in one of my video's comments. I do not want to be responsible for you, fate. I will say, if you follow my footsteps, beware the mirrors. Beware the things behind them. They are not your friends, and they hate you.
As a viewer-suggested content video, I went to the decades-closed hospital in rural New York. I will not say its name, since I know how ghost chasers are, and if I tell you its name, you are going there too. I do not want you to follow my mistakes, or repeat them. It was in bad shape, crumbled walls, vines and foliage creeping up the walls, nature starting to reclaim this piece of once great testament to human expansion. I am sure there is symbolism there if you really want to look at it, but I am not theological. I do not have a crew like some of the others. I do this all solo. I strap a camera on, take some equipment with me, and go. If you are doing anything in life, it's best to cut costs, and seeing that YouTube content creators don't make much until they are super famous, I really did have to keep my overhead low. That meant I braved the great unknown alone. Yeah, I was stupid, I get it. I definitely see that now. Hindsight is 20/20, as they say. I climbed up an old fire escape and jumped from it and through a collapsed wall. I landed and rolled right through a weak wall into the hallway. This should have been the first sign it was not going to be my day, but nope, I dusted myself off, checked my equipment, and went on. I followed the hallway I rolled into down to a bisecting hallway. The crumbling, decayed hospital direction signs showed that to my right was x-rays, and to my left was surgery. Straight ahead were more hospital patient rooms. I started with the rooms, calling out for any spirits to talk to me. I would stop to check my voice recorder to see if I got a response. A few clicks or groans, normal stuff that is ambiguous at best. This is good enough for some investigators. Not me. I could feel the presence of the other side here, and I wanted concrete evidence. I would blow the door open for the world to believe in the paranormal. I guess I was not wrong. I spent hours roaming the halls, getting similar responses. Every once in a while I swore I could hear a get out or die in there. Problem is, those are usually misinterpreted, and I was obviously biased in what I wanted to hear. I decided that I would do a combination of Ouija and EVP. I just needed the right room. I walked around, letting my senses guide me, not really having an aim. Just wherever I felt the most presence. I ended up in the old hospital morgue. I could almost feel a tangible presence here. Everything around me screamed to get out, and sheer malice. This was the perfect place. I unpacked my Ouija board, started my recorder, using a micro tape one versus a flash-based memory one. Something about the tape medium that really caught the spirit's voice. The electronic kind worked, but was never as good in my experience. I lit a couple candles and shut off my flashlight. Ambience is important, and it helped in video recordings to set the mood. I had fixed my camera onto a shoulder attachment I jerry-rigged so it could look down over the board, and placed the planchette down. I then called out for any spirits to talk to me, to use my body as a conduit to express their words. Immediately I felt a cold chill creep up my spine, like icy spider legs. I flinched a bit and adjusted my shirt, then continued. "Who is there?" I asked out to the room. The planchette started to move. "I am." "Okay, what is your name?" "Ronov." "Ronov?" That's your name? The planchette moved to yes. Okay. Ronov. Why are you lingering here? I am not. Okay, so then, if you aren't lingering here, why are you here? Death. Death? Whose death? I felt an icy hand grip my heart. I never felt such a strong pull on the planchette before. I never moved it, but it always felt like I had to help it along before. This time, I had no control. All death is why you are here? The planchette moved to yes. Okay, Ronov, are you responsible for these deaths? The planchette did not move. I asked again, Ronov, do you kill people? Sometimes. Okay, even I could hear the uncertainty and worry in my voice at this point. It started to feel like I was just watching all that was going on, that I was not directly in control of my body. Instead of listening to my instincts, I continued the session. Are you here to kill me? The planchette moved to no. For some reason, I did not feel relief at this. Where are you from, Ronov? Hoping to change the direction a bit and get some more information. I wanted to search through the internet when I got home, find anything about a Ronov. Elsewhere? Like not here? The planchette moved to yes. Okay, where is this elsewhere? Are you human? The planchette sat motionless for a second, then slowly moved to no. This clenched that icy grip that was still present on my heart. I stopped and took a second to calm myself and look around the room. I did not see it before, but there was a mirror on the wall to my left. I looked at it, and while it was shadowy and dark, illuminated only by a few candles' light, I could make out a shape over me. I could not make much detail out, but there was no way it was shadows, since to my left there was nothing until the wall. I ended the Ouija session and packed up quickly. As soon as I put everything away, I heard the sound of glass starting to crack. I froze in place. I had my back to that mirror and did not even realize it. My heart felt like it skipped a couple beats. I slowly turned around, but I could not see myself in the mirror. There was a dark shape in the mirror. Even in the candlelight, I should have been able to see my own outline at least. Then, suddenly the candlelight went out, and the sound of breaking glass broke the dark silence. I took off, barely managing to grab my bag and throw it on mid-run. As I ran down the halls, the sound of shattering glass followed me. When I turned and passed an open door with a mirror or window, the glass shattered. Floor after floor of my running, it was followed by shattering glass and mirrors. After what seemed like an eternity in sheer terror, I came back to the floor where I first managed to enter and took off through the crumbled hole in the wall I made and jumped off through the hole in the external wall that was made long before my arrival. Luckily, it was only about 2 or 3 stories up, though at that time I did not care. I just wanted out of there. I landed in a thick pile of leaves and rolled with the impact. I had landed wrong and at minimum sprained my shoulder, but in my panic, I barely noticed the pain. I did not stop running until I was blocks away and in my car. Even then, I took off, barely giving my car time to start, and was home before I stopped to fully catch my breath. I am not ashamed to admit I just sat there in my car, crying for a few minutes. Not in sadness, not in anything but sheer relief of the terror that had nearly consumed me. I got out of the car, brought my equipment up to the house, but before going I made sure to burn sage and wave it around me and douse myself with salt, everything I could think of to cleanse myself of any hold that thing had placed onto me. Having cleansed any potential taint from it, I entered my house. I sat my bag on the ground, shut and locked the door, and collapsed on the couch, passing out. I woke up to it being dark as night in my house. I flicked the light on and unpacked everything. It was then I realized my recorder was gone. I must have left it there in my terror-filled run out. Fuck. I really needed that. It had to have some proof on it. Had to. In a desperation-fueled attempt to ensure I had not left it behind, I towed through my bag, emptying every pouch and compartment, to no avail. I grabbed my keys and walked outside to check my car. It could have fallen out when I threw it in the passenger seat. When I stepped out of my house, I stepped out onto my porch to hear breaking glass. No way, it did not follow me, did it? I looked down, and between my feet was my recorder, surrounded by broken pieces of mirror. I grabbed the recorder, slammed the door shut, and after some time calming myself down, started writing this. I am actually scared to listen to the recorder or to watch the video. Do I really want to see what I captured on film or tape? I am truly scared here. I honestly do not know what to do. What should I do?